Level 3 upgrade. Hey guys, today we are installing the Traxxas steel camber links for the Aroura-Rustler, parts number 3643 and 3644. These are the ones with the extended rod ends. So what these are going to be doing is replacing the plastic camber links that are on the XL5 models. So let's get these installed. Alright, to open one of these, it's iconic, just gotta pull the tab off one. And looks like we're gonna need to cut it open, so there we go. And out comes the instructions. We got the cambers themselves. Nice steel and long-ended, just like that. There we go. Yeah, they're nice and steel, so they're not gonna break all that easy. And we got the instruction manual right inside here. It's still, there we go. So this just tells how you do everything. So yeah, we got these, and then we got in this package as well. First thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove all 4 tires, and each of them are held on with a single wheel nut. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to remove the 5 screws that hold the front suspension to the chassis. All it's done is removing the 2 on top and then the 3 on bottom. Now that I have the 5 screws removed, I can now pull the front suspension right on off. Now I can remove both camber links, and each of them are held on with 2 screws. There's one that connects to the shock tower and the other that connects to the caster block. With the camber links removed, I am now just going to unscrew the 1 screw that holds the toe links together. What I'm going to be doing with them is I'm going to be replacing these screws and putting something else in their place. Alright, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 cap head screws. I'm going to screw one through this, the end of the steering block, just like so. Now I'm going to take another one and I'm going to screw it through the front of the caster block, just like that. This way I can put nuts on the ends, so it's very easy. You just got to unscrew the nut to take both toe links and camber links off. It just makes it a lot more simpler for me to do later on. Okay, with the screws installed, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my camber links, slide it on the screw that goes through the caster block, just like so. I'm going to swing it around over here, take one of the included hardware screws that look like this. I don't know what to call them. They're kind of they're the flat ones. You're going to stick it through the other hollow ball and screw it into the shock tower like that. And when I'm done, I'm going to put one nut right here on the end of the screw. Alright, so now that I have the camber links on, I'm going to take the toe links, slide them on those 2 screws on the steering blocks, just like this. Come on, there we go. And then I'm going to put 2 nuts on one on each of the screws, and then I'm going to slide the suspension back into place like that. Then I'm going to screw in the 5 screws that hold together, and again it's 2 on top and 3 on bottom. Now that the front suspension is reattached to the chassis, we can move on to the rear. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the rear shock tower, and that's easily held on with 4 screws. There's 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. At the same time, I'm going to unplug the motor and I'm going to feed the wires back out of the shock tower, just like that. With all 4 screws removed out of the shock tower, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the 1 screw that holds the camber link to the axle carrier and the other screw that holds the camber link to the shock tower right here. And it's the same for both of them. Alright, next up what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these cap head screws and I'm going to thread it through the axle carrier. So this way when I go to put them on, I can just put a nut on the end just to hold it in place. That way it makes it, like I said earlier, it makes it a lot easier to take them off where I don't have to back out an entire screw just to take it off. So in my eyes, it's more of a time saver. Alright, with the screws in place, now I'm going to take the new camber link. I'm going to slide one end onto the screw itself, line up the other end to the shock tower, put 1 screw in over here, and then I'm going to put a nut on the end of the screw over here. And it's the same for the other side. Alright, next up what we're going to do is we're going to reattach the shock tower to the chassis and the transmission, and that's easily done by screwing in those 4 screws that we removed earlier. There's 2 in the front and the 2 in the rear of the shock tower. Once we're done with that, we can reattach the motor to the ESC. The last thing we gotta do is we gotta take our tire, slide it onto the hex hub just like that, and then screw in the one hex hub that holds it in place. And it's the same for all the other 3 tires. Here is before, and here is after, guys. Check them out. I gotta say, they look pretty darn freaking good. I mean, they're not that flashy. They're not like the blue anodized, red anodized aluminum links. They're the normal steel ones, which means they're gonna rust if they're not well taken care of, which I have no problem with. They're steel, so they're a lot stronger. I wish they came out with stainless steel, but as of right now, I'm pretty sure they do not. So, but these are going to be very helpful because in my recent purchase, I had got the RPM wide A-arms, so I needed these links in there so I can adjust them. So, yeah, now that those are in there, I can actually put those A-arms on now. So, it's just awesome. And as well as these links back here, they just look nice, and they're steel, so they won't break as easily. They'll still break, but they'll hold up a lot longer than anything else at the moment. So, yeah, so this RC is getting pretty close to being completely operational the way I want her to be running. I did some modifications, mainly one. I fixed the antenna tip. As you guys can see, the silver little rod that goes on there is missing. This was Monster's original receiver, so yeah, it's missing. The tip came off, so I was talking with a Dark Cryptic Heart, and I figured out how he did his. Well, he told me how he did his for his rally. So, yeah, I did that, so now that's all. I haven't tested it yet. I have a fully charged battery for her. I'll be testing it tomorrow morning. So, but yeah. So far, she's running good from what I've seen. Besides the range. The range is kind of bad. But other than that, yeah, so yeah. So I think that's pretty much it for this upgrade. The links are... No, those are in there. I can do the A-arms, like I said. And they're a lot stronger, so I'm very happy. She's happy. We're all happy. I'll see y'all next time. And that was Aurora's Level 3 upgrade.